$5 million benefiting more than 13 million children in your surrounding community. Learn more about how you can help a child by visiting us at speedwaycharities.org.
Pit road will be open shortly. We expect wholesale pit stops coming up. The one guy came in ahead of the curve, and of course that's the person involved in this caution, and that's Daniel Suarez. Ryan Marine, what did they have to do to that car?
Right side tires. When Daniel Suarez brought that car to the attention of his crew, some repairs as well to the right front specifically.
Here, guys, because that's a big lick on that Daniel Suarez machine.
There's no question about it, Jeff. And you could see him when we watched the replay, see him fighting to get that car to turn. It was just so tight going off the corner. He tried to hold on to it as best he could, but he just couldn't help himself into the wall.
No, it just would not turn, and again, he's lucky he didn't hit it any harder than what he did. What I'd be more concerned with right now is, are they going to come back down pit road and try to fix that right rear crush panel to try to seal that car back off from the outside in?
Pit road is now open. Let's go down first off to Ryan Marine.
We expect Jimmy Johnson to bring the 48 Chevrolet to the attention of his crew. He's been complaining about being just a little bit tight in traffic. That's what they're going to try and work on here as we wait for him to make his way into the pit stall. Crew up on the wall. Here comes the 48. Looks like it'll be 4 tires and fuel for the 48 bunch. And a problem down here in front of me. Chase Elliott has been spun. Plowing into him was Matt DiBenedetto, also involved Bubba Wallace.
And there's a lot more activity further down pit road. Let's go now to Brad Gilley.
Clint Boyer complained that his car was just a little bit loose. He got tightened up with an air pressure adjustment. 4 tire stop for him. Also hearing very loose on the racetrack. Eric Almirola in for 4 tires in Sunoco. Michael Young.
Yeah, for Brad Keselowski, who was running in that 4th position, said loose off in the turn, so they helped tighten him up. Ryan Blaney, further back in the field, was complaining about that car being a little bit loose on the exit of turn number 1. They fixed that as well. Brett McMillan.
2-tire change for Kevin Harvick. He wasn't saying any problem at all about the car. Happy with it so far. Also a 2-tire change for Joey Logano. The car had been loose, had gone tight, was going back loose again. But Kyle Busch said the car was really loose, got a chassis adjustment and a 4-tire change.
Thanks a lot there, guys. Taking a look at this, it looks like Ryan Newman might have been the instigator in all of this, but we'll watch the replay once again as we had problems along the pit road here, and we'll sort it all out. And it looks like a couple of different folks did not come into pit. Damage here for Martin Truex Jr. Let's go back down to Brad Gilley also.
Right now, Chase Elliott is in. He's got a lot of damage on the back end of that number 9 Napa Chevrolet. Also a lot of damage on the right front, the very critical portion of that racetrack. They're also pulling the left front fender away from the tire as well. So pretty much damage on 3 corners of the race car for Chase Elliott, and they're taking time making sure they get it fixed right here.
Now let's go over to Brett McMillan.
Yeah, doing a lot of work on the left front of Martin Truex Jr.'s car. They brought out the big pieces of tape right now. They're trying to tape up that left front corner on that car right now. They've done a little body work already trying to pull away, and now they're trying to put some tape on there to try to at least save some aerodynamic advantage to this car.
Now let's go up pit road to Ryan Marine.
Well, all of that craziness that happened on pit road happened right by Jimmy Johnson's pit box. It actually caused the crew not to get complete with that pit stop. There was a bit of a miscommunication involved, so they sent him before the right rear was done. They're bringing him back down pit road right now. They're going to work again on the right side of the car. It does not look like it sustained any damage, but because it happened all around the crew, they did have a miscommunication. He's going to have to fight his way back up through the field. A 4-tire stop here for Jimmy Johnson.
Well, a lot went on during that first round of pit stops.
Yeah, and you know, Doug, we always talk in interviews when we interview these drivers about the things you got to be careful about at Indy. This pit road is not that big, and you can get yourself in a world of trouble if one guy makes a mistake. Jeff, and it looked like the 6 car was right in the middle of the mistake there that time. All of a sudden, everybody's bottled up.
Everybody's bottled up, and the reason why is all of these cars are top-notch cars that are at the end of that pit road, and they're all trying to get in there and fight, to get in their box, to get back out to try to gain some track position. And when you're that close nose to tail, when somebody makes a mistake, it gets everyone.
So we've already had a monstrous development early on here in the race as Daniel Suarez, who was tied with Ryan Newman coming into this race, got into the wall all by his lonesome. He sustained a lot of right side damage on his car, and then it's kind of mayhem on pit road where Chase Elliott and Martin Truex Jr. get their cars dinged up. Let's check in down on pit road now with Michael Young.
Yeah, 16 spots gained for Denny Hamlin after that engine change. They had a hole in the nose, so they had to come back in and put bare bond and patch that hole in that nose back up. Denny said the car was good up until that point. Just recapping the Ryan Blaney and Brad Keselowski stops, just air pressure for both of those cars and 2 tires and full sets of cans of fuel.
And so with Martin Truex Jr. is back in, I think, Brett McMillan.
They brought out the saws and they're working on the left front wheel well, trying to saw away some of that metal just to make sure there's no contact with the left front tire up there. And they continue to work with saws on this point in time. They got the tape in there. Now they're putting the saws to work, and now they're going to try to put the left front tire back on there to make sure it's not rubbing at all.
All right, green flag about ready to come back out. Brad Keselowski, Kevin Harvick will lead them across the yard of bricks as we're back to green on lap number 14.
Good round of stops for Team Penske. They now have positions 2, 3, and 4, and it stays that way. Harvick sees first place starting to slip away in the South Short chip.
Oh, they're going 3 wide behind those front runners, though, as Paul Menard gets squeezed. A lot of tire smoke off of that Monster Energy car of Kurt Busch through turn number 2. He runs in 5th, but up front, Jake, it looks like Kevin Harvick's got a challenger.
Kevin Harvick indeed has a challenger. It is the defending winner, Brad Keselowski, who has taken the lead here in Indianapolis, but Harvick now going to swing it outside. He takes it right back. They work their way into 4.
They went side by side in the short chute. On the outside, Kevin Harvick made the pass, so he has the lead exiting turn 4.
Here comes Kevin Harvick leading Brad Keselowski by about 3 car lengths. Joey Logano, Ryan Blaney, and Eric Jones again back to 1.
Good news for Kevin Harvick. His car appears to be working to the high side. It does here at the south end. It works well to the high side of the north end.
Harvick with about a 4 car length advantage over Brad Keselowski. Then Joey Logano, Ryan Blaney, and Eric Jones are top 5. A lot of smoke still billowing out of the back of that car for Kurt Busch as he runs in 6th. Harvick snakes his way down the backstretch.
Everybody now single file. They were literally running 2 by 2 last time by. It is Harvick opening up now an 8 car length advantage over Keselowski. Then you have Joey Logano.
And Jake, that's what's amazing, because usually they go single file through the short chute. That's how they are now. And now Harvick has about a 15 car length advantage on Keselowski.
In all of his shuffling around, Jimmy Johnson has been moved back to 25th in line. Meanwhile, Ryan Newman, a guy that he's very concerned with, is riding in the 14th spot, and it looks like problems now for Kurt Busch as he is having to bring the 1 machine down pit road. Let's go to Brett McMillan.
And Kurt Busch says he has a tire rub. He's talking about the smoke that was pouring off that car. The crew was up on the wall waiting for him to get there. You guys talk about what a narrow pit road this is. It's also an extremely long pit road, and it's all the way down here, almost in turn 1. He has come to a stop in his pit stall. The left side tires are off. They're only going to change the left side tires. A little bit slower on the left front, but they also do a little fender work as well, and he is now pulled away.
Jeff Hammond, that was an eternity for a 2-tire stop.
Yeah, but they had to get that left front tire off that left front tire. That's the big deal. He had gotten some damage, I guess, from that restart. I believe they've got it off that 1 car. I believe he's going to be okay. He should be able to stay on the lead lap.
We saw Chase Elliott get some damage a moment ago, and Nick Yeoman, it looks like he's in danger of going a lap down here.
Yep, and Kurt Busch will as well, as Busch now speeds his way onto the back straightaway, so all of a sudden some heavy hitters and some early problems. Jake, it's that 2nd car in line that's our leader, as Kevin Harvick is all over Chase Elliott.
Yeah, Kurt Busch is trying to get up to speed, and he goes into turn number 3, and behind him he sees a swap for the lead once again. No, I take that back. It's Kevin Harvick. What he just did, Chris, is put Chase Elliott between himself and Brad Keselowski.
Well, one driver to watch that we've seen moving up through the field is Denny Hamlin. Remember, he started back in the field, but Hamlin is having some success here in Indy.
18 laps down, 142 to go, 50 make up the first stage. Let's take you through the full field here at Indianapolis. Kevin Harvick, the race leader, by 1.3 seconds over Brad Keselowski. Joey Logano is third. Blaney is fourth. Fifth belongs to Eric Jones. Clint Boyer is sixth. Alex Bowman rides in the seventh spot. Kyle Larson is eighth. Ninth will be Eric Almirola, and 10th, Kyle Busch.
11th is Daniel Hemrick. Then there's Paul Menard, Ryan Newman, and Chris Buescher, the 14th place runner. Matt Tifft is up in the 15th spot. Then it's Michael McDowell, Ryan Preece, Parker Kligerman, Jimmy Johnson now in 19th position, and Matt DiBenedetto is 20th.
21st will be Landon Castle. David Reagan will be 22nd. 23rd, Austin Dillon. Daniel Suarez back in 24th, 12 seconds behind the leader. William Byron, 25th. Denny Hamlin, 26th.
Bargains you'll get. And the way you get the cheapest airfare to any destination is by calling Tickets That Cheap. Save up to 75% on your foreign vacation tickets. Don't wait. Call now.
800-426-4992. 800-426-4992. 800-426-4992. That's 800-426-4992.
Pit road is open. A handful of cars decide to come in and take advantage of this yellow. We'll start off with Ron Marine.
Ryan Newman did not pit in that last sequence. He takes 4 tires this time. Jimmy Johnson in as well. 4 tires for the 48 crew. Brad Gilly.
Paul Menard came in, normal 4-tire service, 2 cans of Sunoco. Austin Dillon also in, as well as Matt DiBenedetto. They're getting 4 tires. They're also repairing some earlier race damage. Brett McMillan.
Well, a 2-tire change for Joey Logano. He'd been complaining about 4-tire drift, so they're going to try to take care of that with a 2-tire change. He did stay out. He got the stage win, and that gives him one more playoff point to carry with him for the rest of the season.
All right, great job there by our O'Reilly Auto Parts pit reporters. Let's kick back over to Michael Young now.
Now, of course, Simon Pagenaud getting photographs with all the race fans down here. Our 103rd running of the Indianapolis 500 winner, also won the Grand Prix here in Indianapolis. Simon Pagenaud on pit lane. A bit different for you. I know you spent a lot of time out here at the Brickyard this race weekend. Compare IndyCar to this NASCAR series.
It's tough to compare, I think, because it's 2 different sports. You don't want to compare soccer and football. So I think, you know, at the end of the day, we have to look at it in different ways, the different skills that requires to run a NASCAR and different skills that's required to run an IndyCar. And to me, both sports are beautiful. I'm here also because, you know, I drive for Team Penske, but we're promoting the last race in Laguna Seca in the championship, which is in 2 weeks. And we filmed a funny commercial this morning for NBCSN with Roger in it and Blaney. So it's coming soon, so it's going to be a lot of fun. And obviously, it was a good occasion to see John Menard, and first time I came back to Indy, I got to tell you, I was really impressed with the warm welcome. You know, everybody in Indianapolis make me feel like a rock star, so it's a lot of fun. It's life has changed definitely, but for the good.
Let's quickly cap what's going to happen in 2 weeks. It'll be for the series championships. First time ever at Laguna Seca. You're second in the points championship behind your teammate Joseph Newgarden. Thoughts going into the final weekend?
Well, I think we've got all the chances in the world. I think, you know, we've been strong, we've been consistent. We need to go into Laguna with long teeth. You know, the goal is to win the race and win the pole. I think that's how we're going to win the championship. The rest, it's out of my hands. You know, whatever my teammates do, I wish him the best, but the best may win in that race, and that's what's going to be fun for the fans.
Enjoy the rest of the day here at the Brickyard. That's our 103rd running of the Indianapolis 500 winner, Simon Pagenaud.
All right, thanks a lot there, Michael Young. Our Xfinity fastest pit stop off pit road will go to Joey Logano. Get the speed, coverage, and control you need with Xfinity X5. Xfinity, an official partner of NASCAR. Let's reset them for you here. We've had 4 different leaders today and 4 lead changes. We're just coming out from underneath a red flag where Brad Keselowski and Eric Jones crashed over on the backstretch. We'll reset the field here as we get ready to start stage number 2. Kyle Larson will be the race leader. Kevin Harvick, who has spent most of the time at the point today. Third will be Ryan Blaney. Kyle Busch is 4th. Denny Hamlin 5th. Alex Bowman will be 6th. 7th will be Clint Boyer. William Byron 8th. 9th, Kurt Busch. And 10th, Bubba Wallace.
Eric Almirola is in the 11th spot, 12th Matt Tiff, Daniel Suarez 13th, Ty Dillon 14th, 15th Daniel Hemrick, 16th Joey Logano, then there's Ryan Newman in 17th, 18th Jimmy Johnson, Ryan Preece 19th, and Michael McDowell rounds out the top 20.
21st will be Paul Menard. Corey LaJoie will be 22nd. 23rd, David Reagan. Parker Kligerman, 24th. Austin Dillon, 25th position. Chris Buescher scored 26th, and Matt DiBenedetto, 27th, followed by Ross Chastain. Chase Elliott was involved in a crash on pit road. He is 29th, and 30th to Reed Sorensen.
B.J. McLeod, 31st. 32nd is Martin Truex Jr. 33rd, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Then there's Brad Keselowski, 34th. Eric Jones, 35th. Landon Castle was wrecked earlier, and he's in the 36th spot. Josh Bilicki, Ryan Sieg, J.J. Yaley, and Garrett Smithley. That's the remainder of the field.
Joey Logano, by the way, that we gave our Xfinity X5 pit stop fastest pit stop to, did change 4 tires a moment ago on that last stop. Field will come back around and get into the Geico restart zone. We'll give you an update here. We are not going to use the phrase "if the race ended now," because it's not. But riding in the 16th spot and in the playoffs as we are proceeding right now would be Ryan Newman. -2, just out of the playoffs, is going to be Daniel Suarez. -20 is Jimmy Johnson in the 18th position, and that's as we stand of this moment to give you an update on where the players are that are trying to get into the playoffs.
And this can swing around in a big way throughout the remainder of this race today. So that's where we're at right now, letting people know that are trying to keep up with, you know, where does Johnson stand, and Daniel Suarez, Ryan Newman, and Clint Boyer in that hopes of being in the championship chase starting next week in Las Vegas.
And Jeff Hammond, Daniel Suarez took a big lick out there when he lost his handle on his car and stuffed it up against the fence. I think this team did a great job of getting him back race ready.
Yes, they have, and I think maybe he has a little bit more of incentive to manhandle that car if it's not quite right now, Doug, because clearly it looked like he just overdrove the car into the wall.
All right, the field coming out of turn number 4 now, getting ready to head back to the Geico restart zone here. It will be lap 56 when they get back to business as the Camaro ZL1 pace car pulls onto pit road.
Kyle Larson is going to be the control car here. Kevin Harvick to the inside. Larson gets into the gas. Harvick being shoved down the front straightaway by Ryan Blaney. They stay 2 by 2 now as they work into turn 1.
No change in that 2 by 2 formation, although when they get the apex to turn number 1, it's Kevin Harvick who slips into P1 headed to turn 2.
Boy, he pulled a slide job right up in front of Kyle Larson. Larson's having none of it as he fights back on the bottom. Harvick on the outside has that Mobil 1 Ford right up along the outside wall. Little side drafted, Jake, as they head down the backstretch side by side.
These have been the 2 best cars so far in this race. Talking about Kyle Larson, who now has beside him Kevin Harvick. Then behind him it's Blaney.
All going by the start-finish line right now. Kyle Larson will take over the lead of the Brickyard 400 down into 3. Let's go down to Ryan Marine.
No updates down here, guys. It looks like Ryan Newman should be coming in soon, but it's been pretty quiet on my end.
Let's check in now with Brett McMillan.
And Kevin Harvick's crew is on the wall, ready for him to come in. So the car was just a little bit tight towards the end of that run, but right now he's been pretty happy with it otherwise. So the crew is now over the wall as he arrives in his pit. It's going to be a 4-tire change. The right side tires are off. Everything going smooth so far. Round to the left side. The second can of Sunoco fuel is in. Everything going very smooth for Harvick at this point. Left side tires on. He pulls out 13.7 seconds.
Kevin Harvick has led 69 laps